literally one day of trading took care of an entire decade of my mama not paying bills anymore. So that's what I like to do with her. So now it's like, okay, how about this? How about I take a hobby that I have, which is buying jewelry, looking at jewelry and stuff like that, and let me go ahead and produce it. Let me manufacture the jewelry. Right.
Because if you don't have a vision for your company, yeah, you got a mission, but what's your vision? How do you actually lead your people and lead your organization to where you want to go, right?
And when you got that 30, 40, 50,000, understand that you are not in a position right now. If your goal is to become wealthy, when you start making 30, 40, 50,000 dollars and above, stay small enough, long enough so you can be big enough soon enough. Do not increase your expenses while your income is increasing. You want to keep your expenses low as long as you possibly can.
Welcome back to another episode of Great Minds Meet. On this episode, we're going to have the chance to hear from a man who's been able to come from the bottom all the way to the top when it comes to the Forex trade market and being a seasoned entrepreneur. This man has been able to change his lifestyle and the way that he thinks through being able to use techniques, whether it's meditation, whether it's reading books or finding mentors that can help elevate his mind. He's been able to do all of the above and become Mr. Better Than Amazing. So in this episode, I want you to make sure that you take your notes out. I want you to make sure that you replay this over and over again and take all the gems that y'all are going to learn in the episode of Great Minds Meet today. I have a pleasure to introduce you to the one and the only Mr. D.L. Woods, Mr. Better Than Amazing. Thank you for having me on the podcast today.
Man, appreciate you, man. Hey, listen, I'm gonna have to tell you, take you with me, bro, to do them for sure, bro. Like,
I got you, man.
I got you to do these, man. Well, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? This is D.L. Woods, Mr. Better Than Amazing. Let's go.
This is a new bar. You set a new bar for yourself.
The first time I hit six figures in a day I cried. The first day. The first time I hit. Here's what happened. I was following this situation. I was like, you know what? This trade looks really, really good. I'm gonna just sit in it. I'm gonna sleep in this trade, right? I'm gonna sleep in this trade. I woke up, and this is not my biggest trade, by the way, but this is the one that made me cry.
Right.
I woke up and I looked at my phone. I was up $72,000. I'm wilding. I'm like, oh snap! At this point, 72,000 is my biggest, right? Yeah. But I'm like, I still got some room for it to hit my take profit. I go wake my wife up and I'm like, yo, babe, look at my screen. It's $72,000, but I'm finna close it. She's like, no, don't close it. Don't close it. Trust yourself. You up so far. Yeah. Why you gonna stop? You almost at your take profit. I said, woman, you crazy. I'm finna take this bag. She's like, no, trust yourself. You already good. Put your stop loss on profit like you teach everybody else to do. Right. That's something that most people that are educators need to do. Mm-hmm. Everything that you teach other people to do, after you get off the phone educating them, hang up and go do what you just told them to do.
Do it yourself.
Do it yourself, bro. And so literally what happened was I put my stop loss on profit and just watch the market pick up to just smash my take profit. I'm up 72,000
already.
So I'm like, yo, once it hit my take profit after moving like it moved, bro, I didn't even look at what the results was. I didn't even go to my history at that time, MetaTrader 4. I didn't even go to my history to see what the overall win was.
Right.
I was just floored. I just immediately started praying. And then I looked up. It was $101,000 that I had made. I said, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. And we did a whole live. I called it the monumental moment. Yeah. Because when you make six figures in a day, and the job that society said I was supposed to have, when I wanted to be an air traffic controller, the best one made $116,000 in a year. Mm-hmm. So to have $100,000 day, it was monumental for me.
Yeah, that was huge.
It was huge.
It's almost unbelievable.
Like, you know, for sure. Yeah. And so for that just continued with $100,000 days and stuff like that. Yeah. I remember actually doing a video saying, hey, look, and it's on my Instagram right now. I said, look, today I'm charting US 30 so that if I make $80,000 today, I'm gonna pay off my mama's house. Literally, it did exactly what I wanted it to do. I didn't let it go the whole 80, I ain't gonna lie. But it went about $70,000 or so. I called up my mama, because I was in the process of building my house. I was like, Mama, my mortgage company tripping. What's your mortgage company? just so that I can see, so I can get the information from her.
Yeah.
And then I said, Mom, I'm doing my will over. I need to know your social security number. What is it?
Yeah.
I need to know these pertinent information so that I can actually get the intel that I need to call her mortgage company to get whatever it is her payoff was. Her payoff was $66,000 for her mortgage. She been living in that house since I was in the 5th grade, bro.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know what? 22 years being in this space, I'm finna pay off my mama's house. My mama had $66,000 left on her house, bro. That'll be about another decade of payments based off of the route she was going because of interest, bro.
Yeah.
That's something that we don't even know about. But literally, one day of trading took care of an entire decade of my mama not paying bills anymore. So that's what I like to do it, bro.
Man, that's amazing. That's what we all grind for, is especially mama.
Exactly.
There's nothing like taking care
You
of
go
mama.
to the league, the first thing people be like, I'm about to buy my
car, house, everything.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But me, I'm like, hey, look, man, I did this from my computer in my office and with nobody around me. It was just me in the market.
And you can keep doing it.
And I can keep doing it.
It's a teachable skill.
Pay it out. I can look and pay it forward to other people, bro.
Yeah.
That's what this whole thing is about. My kids, other people in other communities. I've taught people in places I've never been before. Some places in the UK, some places in Australia, some places in Africa I've never been before.
Yeah.
But I got cousins over there.
Yeah, those are your cousins. They still
cousins making money
still
over there, bro.
Man, you know, I love that. What I'm thinking about now is like the amount that it takes to become an entrepreneur and all the things you have to do. So, DL, like, I'm a serial entrepreneur, right? I'm the CEO of Good Feeling Hemp. I own a cannabis company, one of the first hemp and CBD cannabis brands in Texas, actually. I also have a driving school that I own. I co-own Black Wall Street. And, you know, so when it comes to being an entrepreneur, I got my hands in multiple things because that's what you must do if you're going to continue to be successful, right? Now, a lot of people get to certain levels and they get complacent. They get to being a multimillionaire and they're like, I'm done. I don't need to diversify my skill set anymore. What I was very intrigued to learn about you is even at where you are, coaching everybody else, still living a great life yourself, you still are diversifying your entrepreneur skill set. You know, we were talking earlier, you was telling me you've been getting into other industries such as jewelry and other things of that nature. What made you say, yo, I'm gonna start up and be a teacher? Now, I'm a master now. I'm gonna make myself a teacher, a student again, to learn a new skill set in a new industry.
So, all right, I gotta be careful on how I tell this story, but this is what happened. Of course, I've been having a grill since I was in 9th grade. You know, they upgraded us as the bag upgrades, of course. Yeah. But I was like, you know what? It was a specific guy. I'm not going to drop his name, but this is what happened. I paid him. Well, I went to the jury district down here in Houston, over there at Plaza Americas. Met him at the jury exchange, and I bought some diamonds. Okay, he was gonna do my grill for me. Everything about this guy, he's in different people's songs, rapper songs and everything. So he's big good. He's not the Asian guy. He's not Johnny Dang.
Okay,
somebody else. So just go ahead. It's not Johnny Dang. Okay. So Johnny's always done. Johnny made this piece. Johnny made a couple grills that I had. So salute to Johnny. Okay. But it wasn't him. Yeah. So he's real famous. This guy's famous too. Well, he ain't famous, but he's known in the jewelry industry for teaching Johnny actually. Okay. And so I didn't kind of gave it away, but anyway. Well, he had told me that he was about to do my grill. Okay, I paid him $7,000. That's $4,000 that I paid for in diamonds, and then $3,000 that I gave to him to do it. That's the deposit. That was the deposit. So $7K. Man, when I tell you, November 12th was on my receipt. It's time for you to go ahead. This is when you pick up your grill. Yeah. Man, November 12th rolls by. Thanksgiving rolled by. I'm like, bro, what's up? It's like, all right, I'm gonna have it for you. Holidays, doing craziness. The warehouse is backed up. Christmas rolled by, and I'm like, oh man, at least I can have it for New Year's. Bring in a grill for New Year's. He was like, nah. Then Martin Luther King walks by, and I was like, you know what? I'm being me. I'm motivating the guy. I'm doing what I need to do as far as like inspiring him. I'm like, I'm doing way more as a customer. Because I'm attempting to promote you, bro. I don't think you think I got enough money to go get this done somewhere else. So even after having $7,000 in this place, I go find somebody else that actually do good jewelry in here in Houston. And literally, they said, yo, I tell them the story. They said, is it this person? I said, absolutely. And then they said, okay, we've heard a lot about him. I said, wow, that's crazy. They said, for 15,000, I'll get your grill done in 2 days. Well, no, 4 days, 5 days. 5 days, that's what it was.
Okay, week.
I said, bet, 5 days? You serious?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw it out there. So I got it done, and they did it in 5 days, bro. And so I said immediately, okay, he's playing with me.
Cause
You don't play. And then I started YouTube and see if he did anybody else like this. Other people are talking about you.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, you pick on other people because they don't got a platform. Why would you piss off an internet marketer?
Yeah.
Somebody with 80,000+ followers. Why would you do that to me?
Because I'm gonna
show the people that
what you doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now you pissed off the entrepreneur in me now.
Yeah.
So now you pissed off me as a customer, but now you pissed off the entrepreneur. So now it's like, yo, let me go ahead and get into this industry. So now figuring out making connections with black jewelers and stuff like that, because it's not a lot of black jewelers out here, bro. So I'm like, all right, bet, I'm about to be a black jeweler. My people love consuming jewelry.
Right.
We love, you know what I'm saying, looking good, shiny and stuff like that.
Popping, yeah.
And pretty much what happens is we go and give our bread to other communities, and we don't shop with black jewelers like we're supposed to. So this is why you have, celebrity jewelers that don't look like us.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, bet, versus attempting to push bro to do this, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it myself, because I trade part-time, I live full-time. I got a lot of time on my hands. From 8 o'clock in the morning to about 10:30, I'm trading. After 10:30 a.m., I gotta figure out what I wanna do with the rest of my day.
Yeah.
My business that I set up is on autopilot.
Yeah.
I work live 4 times a month at 8 o'clock p.m. Other than that, I'm living. You know what I'm saying? I'm just figuring out what I want to do.
Yeah.
So now it's like, okay, how about this? How about I take a hobby that I have, which is buying jewelry, looking at jewelry and stuff like that, and let me go ahead and produce it. Let me manufacture the jewelry. All right, it's a lot of money to get into the jewelry game, because to manufacture, because you need these machines are really expensive.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
$250 to the face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You need $250,000 to the face. You need $500,000 to the face to get into this. Then you gotta buy gold, diamonds, and all of that other stuff, and network and do all this other stuff. So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm up for the challenge. We got the bread, we got the connections. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get into it. And
you know how to market, so.
Know how to market. Yeah. I got my first customer, which so happened to be another Forex trader, and that video is about to drop soon, but of how that whole situation happened. But man, I'm telling you, it's exciting, bro. Being able to get back into student mode and learn something brand new that's going to create wealth.
Yeah. So
now I take these United States dollars, buy gold and diamonds. Now, the United States dollars is paper. Yeah, it's something that we deem valuable. Gold is what God said was valuable. You know what I'm saying? In the Bible, he talks about gold all the time. Yeah, so sure. I'm buying gold, buying silver, buying diamonds, buying platinum and stuff like that. Yeah. And so now precious metals and stuff like that, to the point to where now we can do something totally different. I can take Forex profits and put it into gold.
Now you got a physical representation of wealth that you made from the market, that you made from fiat currency. Exactly. Fiat into Bitcoin, and Bitcoin for the future, of course. And gold for the preservation of wealth. You know what I'm saying? You know, if this BRICS situation happened, where everybody turns against the United States of America dollar, I can go into any country and be good because I got gold. Exactly. We still got the Bitcoin too, which is a global dollar exchange. Exactly. And so all of that, man, is just being in a position of just being open to learn, man. One of my things I say is I am open and receptive to any idea or person that can help me accomplish my goal of dramatic wealth. So I got to be open and receptive to any idea or person that can help me accomplish my goal. And so these conversations, these people that I've been networking with, is all for a purpose. All for a purpose. I think a lot of people who listen can learn a lot from you. I know a lot of people who listen can learn a lot from you in your story and your journey and the things that you're doing. one thing that I'm learning from you as we talking is you didn't just go and you turned your pain and your purpose into profit. Right,
turning lemons into a lemonade stand, bro.
Over and over again.
Absolutely,
right? And continuing to then take the new skill sets that you learn, because throughout this decade of experience that you got and more, you continue to get better as a person, as an entrepreneur, as a leader, as a father, as a thought provoker, if you will. You become a better teacher, right? So now you can take these new qualities and put it in this new industry, but you also have a plan. I think that a lot of people, DL, don't have a plan, and that's where they lack.
They say if you fail to plan, you plan to fail,
plan
bro.
to fail. So I believe personally that vision is super important.
Right.
I even talk to companies and entrepreneurs that I like mentor, and they always tell me, "Hey, Martel, I have this mission statement. I'm trying to create my mission statement." And DL, I do think a mission statement is important, but I think a mission statement is almost more important for a nonprofit than it is for a for-profit vision company. Because I'm asking, what's your vision statement?
Right.
Because if you don't have a vision for your company, you got a mission, but what's your vision? How do you actually lead your people and lead your organization to where you want to go, right? And so I'm gonna ask you a pretty heavy question.
Okay.
But I'm curious though. Dale, what's your vision for life and where you want to see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Next 5 to 10 years, our vision is to actually have 100 millionaires created through my Lifestyle Trader Academy. That's number one. Number two, to have an academy where we actually teach people how to be black jewelers. I'm just being real. I want to have more black jewelers, and also be able to give. Because one of the things that I see is I pull inspiration from other things. My brother Neo Davis, he went to Africa and they were paying for people their hospital bills. In Africa, that part of Africa that he was in, you can't leave the hospital until you pay your bill. And so they literally would have people like 40, 50 people that was actually just stranded there. Yeah. When to go pay off their hospital bills. Wow. So me personally, I like, man, that inspired me and touched me in a different way. Yeah, I want to go ahead and start doing that for people here that I rock with, and then people that's in third world countries as well. I want to be able to make as much as I can, give as much as I can, spend as much as I can, invest as much as I can. That's exactly what I want to do in my life, bro. And make sure that my kids know how we got this money, so they ain't gonna blow it and then be bums. They gonna be able to work for it. They know how to actually market. They know how to trade. They know how to actually do. After I learn how to do certain things, I'm gonna teach them how to do things with jewelry as well. And then take this thing to and make sure that they got great principles, bro. That's what we on, man. That's what we want to do.
If there was one person that you could have for a whole month as your coach or as a mentor or as almost as your person to lead you to where you need to go for whatever your new vision is, who would that person be? Who would you pick to come into DL's life as your personal coach for a month for free if you could pick one person?
Bro, that's hard. That's hard, bro.
I know.
For somebody like me, that's hard. Because I listen to so many people, bro. Yeah. Coach.
Because you are a coach.
He's not here, bro. He's gone. But it'll be Myles Monroe.
Myles Monroe.
It'll be Myles Monroe.
I didn't expect that to come.
Because he infiltrated governments and businesses, and he taught biblical principles. And so it'll be Myles Monroe, bro. He was respected because he uses God's content. He used God's principles to infiltrate business and government, and was respected by everybody. So yeah, that's if I could have a month with anybody, we going Myles Monroe. Man, that's what's up. That's a great answer. I didn't expect that one. That was a great answer. Okay, I like that a lot. Okay, so look, the whole purpose for this podcast and why I wanted you on is to get a game that you to give, right? You gave us a lot of game. We soaking up all the sauce that you dripping, right? Whether it's the jewelry sauce or whether it's the Forex sauce. Right. We soaking it up. But the question that I want to know a little bit before we kind of start wrapping up is this mindset idea, this concept of like, it's people who listening right now, right? They making 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. Exactly. They like we were when I worked at Kroger and I was 15 years old in high school working at Kroger, and there was a dude who was super lazy, big fat white boy, and he used to come in and he was making
$15 an hour. I was making $7.95. That was the standard age rate here in Houston, Texas. I was in Missouri City, Texas, actually.
Right.
But I was making $7.95.
I'm
Mo City, you know, I'm from that. But when I'm looking at him, and I'm like, bro, you making double what I make only because you've been here for 5 years. But you, other than that, I'm working way more than you. I'm applying more pressure, and I'm a better employee, if you will.
Right.
But I wanted to figure out a way from that boy that was, 16 years old to say, how can I create a new paradigm for myself? How can I create this new freedom for myself? For those type of people and those students and those people who are living right now, what type of advice would you give them when they're young and they hungry and they want more for themselves, but they might not know how. They don't know where. They the first one. They the black sheep of the family, if you will, because they want to be successful. And most of the family is mediocre. They the ones who want to change the family tree. Right. What's some advice you would give to those type of individuals?
Man, first things first is, I always say, believing that you can is way more profitable than believing that you can't. That's the first thing. Second thing is, find something that you're passionate about that's profitable. A lot of people got things that they're passionate about that they want to pursue, but just not as profitable. And why would you spend major time doing minor things that ain't gonna produce a major result? So you got to be in a position that's something you're passionate about that's profitable. Or if it ain't your passion, right, do something that's profitable, and in your downtime, do whatever it is that you want to do that's passion. That's the third thing. Fourth thing, of course, is get a mentor. Like, yo, how do I find a mentor? Man, my mentor was on YouTube. Like I said, Myles Monroe, I've never shaken his hand before. He don't know I exist, you feel me? But he impacted my life. Jim Rohn never knew that I exist. I never got to shake his hand, but he changed my entire thought pattern over here by way of YouTube. These are my mentors. I've never shaken their hand before. They don't know I exist. So, and Tony Robbins, I've never shaken his hand before. Yeah. But I've been, I've been in proximity. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Eric Thomas, all these people, I've been in proximity. Well, I've shaken and dabbed up Eric Thomas and stuff like that. But we shared the stage together as well. But some people, you gotta have mentors that maybe not in your circle. Yeah. Because mentors, they want to be where they are either at their equals or higher. They don't typically spend time in lower communities, meaning lower conversations, you know what I'm saying, struggling conversations, unless they're doing charity work or unless they're attempting to inspire or teach. They don't typically do that, you know what I'm saying? So you got to catch them via YouTube.
Find
them via YouTube. And so that's one thing that you got to do, man. And so, and when you got that 30, 40, 50,000, understand that you are not in a position right now. If your goal is to become wealthy, when you start making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 and above, stay small enough, long enough, so you can be big enough soon enough. Do not increase your expenses while your income is increasing. You want to keep your expenses low as long as you possibly can. So you got 6 months, a year, or a year and a half saved up, and you got something that you're working on, an additional business or something like that, that's paying either equal to what you're making or either double what you're making before you even get to a position of saying, you know what, I either want to go full time in that or I want to increase my lifestyle a little bit. Man, I'm telling you this, I was driving a Kia Optima. Listen to me, bro. I was driving a Kia Optima making $40,000 a month. A Kia Optima. And here's the thing. My mentor told me, bro, it's time for you to upgrade. It's time for you to upgrade your car. Yeah. I'm like, bro, you got to understand. I remember what it was like not having. You feel me? I was donating plasma for gas money. January of that year, of 2020, I literally, I needed a cosigner because my credit wasn't right. But I had money. You see, you can have cash, but you don't got credit. That's number 5. Get your credit right. Okay? Get your credit right, right? If you don't take time to get your credit right, you're going to be in a position where everything is more expensive for you, okay? Insurance go down with your credit right. Your payments on everything goes down with your credit right. Being responsible allows for you to pay less for stuff in life. So I needed a cosigner in January. Yeah. By December of that year, because I kept my expenses low, but my income grew, and it was my quantum leap year. That year, December, I cashed out, Bitcoined out my Rolls Royce Cullinan.
Mm.
No
That's
payments.
the Rolls Royce I seen that you pulled, man. Hey, that's a clean car,
Appreciate it,
bro.
Appreciate it.
Gotta tell you.
And the thing is this, man, was able to pay for that in Bitcoin, all at one time.
Yeah.
And so every car that I got, pretty much for my company's been paid for, no payments as far as like monthly situations.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, buying a Rolls Royce Cullinan was the best and worst decision that I've ever done.
Both at the same time?
Both, bro. Because the way I bought it was through Bitcoin. At the time, Bitcoin was at $30,000. So I bought a liability with an asset.
Mm.
So when I look at my $500,000 Rolls Royce right now, and I look at Bitcoin is actually at $70,000 a Bitcoin, that $500,000 Rolls Royce now is at 1.2 million. If I would have just kept the Bitcoin.
Mm. Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm like, it hit different. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
But it was the best thing because it got me mentally to another level. Now when I'm riding around, it's a car to me, but it's a museum on wheels to everybody with the oohs and the ahs.
Yeah, it is.
And then when you pull up to certain places, it's like respect is demanded already.
Off the rip.
When it's like, when I was in the Maserati, it was like, he doing a little something. When you pull up in that house on wheels, it's like whoever he is, he doing something. You feel me? It is what it is. It ain't no doubts about it. You can't fake a Rolls Royce, bro. You can't fake. You can't. Not every day.
Yeah, no, not every day.
You can't be like you in a rental program.
Uber.
Nah, you ain't Uber there. That's not Uber Black, fam.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? This is not what that is, man. And then just being in a position, bro, where you just continue to save, continue to invest. While you on the up and up, make sure that you got more money invested than you do in your bank account. Because the money in your bank account not growing, you know what I'm saying, at any type of interest rate, bro.
Yeah.
One thing that I learned at the tender age of 18 was the rule of 72, and it changed my life forever. And that is, when you take the number 72, you divide it by whatever your interest rate is that they tell you on your bank, whatever they're going to give you. That'll equal the amount of years it'll take for your money to double. And so right now, if you look at your bank statements or whatever savings account you got, if they say, you know what, we're offering you a incredible 2% interest rate. You take 72 divided by 2, that's going to equal 36. That's 36 years your money's going to take the double. So if you put $1,000 in your account right now, in 36 years, it's going to take that 1,000 to turn into 2, and another 36 years for that 2,000 to turn into 4,000. Gotta understand that we gotta put our money in different vehicles that's gonna work way better than what they doing over here at the bank and different financial institutions that you got your money sitting in.
That's a heavy fact. You just gave them a real gem.
Facts.
A real gem. And I remember when I first learned about the 72, the law of 72 as well. Mm-hmm. And what I realized when I learned it was to get wealthy, I have to play the double game. Mm-hmm. So I have to learn how to, even if I only have 1,000, I gotta learn how to take 1,000 to 2,000, and 2,000 to 4,000, and 4,000 to 8,000, 8,000 to 16. You gotta double your money to ever really get wealthy, because they still gonna take the taxes out. You still gonna probably mess up over some money, because mama gonna call you, or cousin gonna call you and say, I need to borrow some money.
That right
I need
there.
To do this, I need to do that.
You just said something, fam.
Come
Look,
on now.
when you get to the level of the success that you desire to have, make sure that before you go out there and let everybody know that you wealthy, those phone calls gonna come.
Yep.
All right?
They coming.
I remember it seemed like at one point in time, and it's just what it is, it seemed like my name went from cousin D, nephew D, to or whatever it was, to can I borrow? Or loan officer, you feel me? Can I borrow? And then it stopped. They don't got no intention of paying it back. So it's can I have?
Can I have? Yeah.
Can I have? And it's like, it's wild, but you gotta understand, bro. I did what I did with my life. You chose to do what you chose to do with your life. Am I responsible for what the decisions that you made in your life and the results that you have? I'm not responsible for the results you have. So if my family had got to a point to where they were mad, I heard this dude, they don't never talk to me directly, but I heard it in whispers and stuff like that, that somebody was mad at me because, for a contest, I ain't gonna lie, for a contest, for promotional purposes for my business. I ran a promotional contest when I gave away a car. They were mad that I did not give them a car.
But that you gave a car away.
That I gave a car away. Like, why you ain't give me a car? I'm like, fam, this was for business purposes. The money that actually I made in the process of buying the car, I made 4 or 5 times the money that it cost for me to actually buy the car. To give it away. You just want me to give you a car. It don't work that way, bro. This is a write-off, and this was an income-generating promotion that I did with my team at that time. And so you got to understand that people are going to actually ask you that for your money, for money. So before you let everybody know that you wealthy or that you now got it going on, shut up for another 8 months. And then raise your zero. That right there is going to change the game. MC Hammer went broke, not because of bad investments. He went broke because he had a big heart. And he just couldn't say no to the people that he loved. Here's what I'm going to tell you to do. Raise your zero. What do I mean by that? When you got $1,000 in the most people are broke because they zero is zero. Raise your zero to $500. When your account hit $500, you stop spending no matter what it is. Then raise your zero again to 1,000, and then 5,000, and then 10, and then 100,000, then 2 million, and then to the point where now when your account hit that, you broke. And that way, when you get broke mentally right here, hey, reach my zero, you're going to forever have money because you raise your zero.
Raise your zero. Make sure y'all raise your zero and make sure you take notes from this. You can listen to this interview. You can listen to this podcast over and over again when y'all tap in. Before we go, DL, I will be remiss if I do not allow you to let our community know, 1, how they can follow you, 2, how they can become a part of the My Life the My Life Trader community, and where they can go to really tap in with everything you're doing.
Okay, so man, if you want to go ahead and tap into My Lifestyle Trader, the only thing you have to do is go to mylifestyletrader.com. And if you want to go ahead and get on our list where we tell people everything that we have going on, just text the word cousin to the number 281-524-2218. If you're in the United States and Canada, it'll work. Anywhere else, it will not. So go ahead and follow me on Instagram. Let me know that you want to be a part of My Lifestyle Trader. I'll DM you. My Instagram is Mr._better_than_amazing. Mr. Better Than Amazing. And I'm letting y'all know this. This is not one of those things. Mr. Better Than Amazing is not one of those things where I was just an ego trip. It happened when I had no money. When I was in a position where I had only $5 to my name attempting to get into a $10 event, but I did not want to tell people that my situation was where it was at. When the president or vice president came out of the room to shake everybody's hand, asked me how I'm doing, I'm feeling broke, I'm feeling defeated, I'm feeling like I'm embarrassed. When he asked me how am I doing, for whatever reason, the words that came out of my mouth was better than amazing. Immediately I felt better, and he said, wow. We need that kind of energy in the very front of the room. He took his hand, he put it in the center of my back, and escorted me into the room that I didn't have finances to get into. So my words changed my life and my reality for that event. And from that point on, I've been Mr. Better Than Amazing.
And there it is, and so it is. Mr. Better Than Amazing. Better Than Amazing. We're happy to have you here. Of course, I'm your host, Martel Matthews. Y'all can follow us on all platforms at Martel Matthews. Make sure you follow the brand. Everybody who's listening in right now, on behind us, you see Black Wall Street, blackwall.st on all social media platforms. Every day, we bring you nothing but content that's elevating your mind, elevating your consciousness, and raising your vibrations to make sure that we pushing you forward and giving you things that's going to add value to your life and not just take away from you. DL, Mr. Better Than Amazing, thank you for being on the podcast, brother. Another great episode of Great Minds Meet. You have a great mind. You're Black Wall Street certified, and we appreciate you for coming through.
Man, we're going to end this just like I end everything else. We're going to see y'all at the top because the bottom is too crowded, but we never look down on anybody unless we're willing to help them up. But more importantly, understand this. Believing that you can is way more profitable than believing that you can. Peace.
And there it is. To God be the glory. See y'all next episode. Peace out.